I love it. I wish I could just turn my fucking phone off. The phone number is just completely useless at this point, man. I mean, it's good for security, but like, I'd rather just talk to people on Facebook Messenger than like talk to someone like MS. Text messaging on my phone is just like, it's such a downgrade compared to messaging on Facebook. I have to rely on my phone service. I would rather rely on my Wi-Fi than my phone service. Like phone services are trash, man. Like seriously. What is the point of 5G when I still have problems, with internet connection? What's the point of 5G? I don't understand. Um but what we're seeing is like we're hearing about, and you're seeing things on the internet with evolution and technology, but like I don't see smart cities. Where's the smart cities? Where are they at? Where's the 15-minute cities? I have no problem living in a 15-minute city as long as it's safe. I don't fucking care, man. Like seriously, 15-minute cities sound like amazing to me. Wait, I can walk to work. I can walk to the store. I don't have to drive 15 miles. Or some people in the UP drive 2 hours to go to Walmart. That would suck. I would love to just walk wherever or ride a bike and not have to drive. Where are they at? Where's the infrastructure? Where's it getting built? It just seems like we're just relying, like we're beating a dead horse when it comes to our infrastructure. And just like the rich people aren't investing, they're not investing. They're just like what rich people have been doing is they've just been gathering more assets, but they're not giving back. They're not helping build communities. You know, one of the biggest gripes I have with Republicans is the fact that these people are supposed to be about community, and they say like you should probably get off the internet and this and that. Like what? But if I got off the internet, no one will watch your videos. Like if we all did, no one will like. What communities are you building? Like you're not building anything. They're not building shit. We need better safety nets than like Section 8 housing and welfare. We need something that where people, if they do have problems, they can go somewhere where they can sustain their life or people they care about for the time being while they learn and they work and they help that community where they're at for that time being until they get on their feet, until they come back to us in the real world. Or me, maybe I have to do it. We need more communities where people can fix traumas in their lives, where they can learn and not feel like, fuck, I have to work 60 hours a week just to sustain my body, just to sustain myself, so I can put a roof over my head, so I have health insurance, so I can be able to go to the doctor, and so I can like have food in my belly. How the hell do I have any other time to dedicate to learning stuff to better myself? There is none. And that's where we're headed if we weren't going to have some type of correction. And the tariffs are a correction. It is the middle class, the Democrats, the left. They keep on saying, well, the middle class and the working class are going to be affected most by tariffs. How? How? Do we not have the ability to think to ourselves like, do I need that Nike shirt who uses slave labor or who has used slave labor in the past? Do I need that Nike shirt that used to cost what? They're probably like $50 right now, but now it's $100? Or can I go to Goodwill and buy me a shirt for like $5? Or like one of my shirts that I don't use no more for like $2. And that's what the Democrats don't understand, and what these people don't understand is people who already have stuff are going to be able to sell their stuff to other people who are going to buy that, and instead of buying the new product, they're going to buy the used product. So like the tariffs are going to affect the working class, yes. And I could be completely wrong. And the middle class. Depending how they spend their money. If they live beyond their means, eventually the wolves are going to come to the door. It's living within your means. We are already conditioned. We've already been living with nothing. I can't. When I was working full time, I didn't go nowhere. I went to the gym and I went to work and I came here. That's it. I can't afford to do shit. I mean, I could, but then I'm like, I'm not gonna take that debt on to do that. That's where I was like, I'm not doing that. You know how much people in my position are strapped to the eyeballs full of debt? With our government owes $36 trillion. Think about this. We're not taxing our way out of this. Taxing the billionaires is not going to work our way out of our national debt. It's not going to happen. If our GDP is, if we bring in from taxes and everything, like the income for revenue to put on our budget and our national debt, like 4.5 trillion a year. In our budget, we spend like 6 trillion, which we were doing 6-7 trillion a year. And we're bringing in less than we're spending. We're adding to the national debt. If we only make 4.5 trillion a year, we would have to cut. You can see how much we would have to cut to start even if we were to cut everything. That's just it would never happen. If we were to cut everything and just take all of our GDP we get and put it to our national debt every single year, it would probably take what? But 4 times, I'm not really good with math off the top of my head, but 36, 430. It's not even 36 because it's like 136 with future liabilities. But let's just take the national debt of 36 trillion. What is 8? Was it 9? 36? Yeah, it's 9. 9 times. It would take 9 years of paying nothing but on our national debt to pay it off. Not paying on anything else. The military, welfare, cops, firefighters, any of that stuff. It would take 9 years for people to work for basically for free. Which you can see. We're not paying off our national debt. We're not paying off future liabilities. What we need to do is come off the dollar. That's what we need to do. Because everyone is strapped with debt in this whole world from fiat currencies. So what is the problem? Fiat currencies are the problem. We need a currency that we can use for sure. But we don't need a currency where rich people can inflate the currency, manipulating markets for their own personal gain while extracting from people like me. Why do you need 17 yachts? Why do you need that? What's the point? For your ego? Why don't you start putting humans first other than yourselves? The rich people should be, for their own future, they should be thinking about helping us. Because if you take and take and take and people have nothing left, What will they do? Who will they go after? And I don't want that to happen. I just want rich people to wake up and be like, dude, do I really need this? Is this more important than, being a target to possibly somebody in the future? Because they have been screwed over by somebody like me. And somebody, like, not all rich people are bad. I'm not saying all rich people are bad. And the fact, I probably sound like a socialist, but I'm not. I just want they're not responsible. They can't see far ahead, I guess. They can't see, like, the patterns of what they are doing now, the effects of it a year from now, if we keep on doing this, 2 years from now. That this shit is unstable and people will not continue to work for nothing. They won't. We don't want to do these fucking jobs anyway. Most people don't want to do these service jobs. What is our economy? 80% service? I've heard of that. I don't know if it's true or not. A lot of our jobs are just service jobs. You can't keep just taking. And that's all rich people have been doing. It's just taking from us. Who's going to buy your shit that you manufacture, that you have your companies manufacture? Who's going to buy the shit? You? All you rich people? It's up to you guys to keep this economy going. You're not going to keep it going, though. You can't. So, like, record profits over people every single year, record profits over future disasters every single quarter with these people. They don't see the forest from the trees. They're so single-minded thinking. They can't look at patterns other than charts. They don't see what they are doing is causing extreme resentment from people like me who they rely on to keep them alive. We rely on the system to keep moving forward, to keep us alive. And that is why people continue to work. But if people start having family members pass away because they don't have enough money to feed them, they don't have enough money to be able to do basic medical things for anymore because they don't have the money to go to a doctor. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? You think they're just going to sit by and just be like, fine with it? They've been working their butts off, doing the right thing, staying out of trouble, and they continue to get screwed over by rich people and the government? I have a big problem with big government. I have a big problem with rich people because rich people are the ones controlling the fucking government. It's not us. What happened just now? What happened just in 2016 electing Trump? That was us. So technically right now, yes, this is us. They do, like, politicians get money from rich people, and they could get money from us, but they don't care about individual things that peons like me have an issue with. All they care about is with their big dogs, because that big dog is going to give them more money in the future for favors. That is what's been happening. Our politicians have been selling us out as well. And I am completely different from everybody. I don't hear it's always like this. The right is like this. It's the government. I'm like, yep. The left's like, it's the corporations. I'm like, yep. No, but it's just like, it's either or. It's got to be one or the other. And I'm saying it's both that are the fucking problem. And I don't want a civilization collapse. I don't want to live in Mad Max. I just want what most people want at my level is just to go to work hard, have a purpose, being able to spend time with your family and friends, and being able to go do cool shit, to be able to own shit. Like, why is BlackRock able to own fucking single family houses? Why is this company able to buy up all these single family houses? Why? That shouldn't be allowed. Oh, that's capitalism. You can't have unfettered capitalism because it will lead to slavery. It's the same thing as communism. It creates stagnation when it comes to developing new technologies and growing an economy. Both of them do it. It's centralized power. Maybe I'm completely wrong, because I don't hear anybody else talking like this, and maybe I am wrong. Maybe I am stupid. But it's centralized power that oppresses everyone below. Communism always has a leader. It always turns into a dictatorship. What communist country that has existed is the people running the country? No, it's always an oligarch. It's always, whether it's Stalin, whether it's Kim Jong-un, it's not the people, it's the oligarch. And that's what capitalism, like unregulated capitalism, don't give a fuck about people. They will put profits over people every fucking time. They don't care. Look at our war machine. They don't care that it kills kids. They don't care that war, causes like a mass loss of human life. They don't care because all they see is dollar signs. All they see is, yes, we will be able to manufacture more weapons, more guns, more bullets, more money for me. I don't care about those people. You have to care about the people in your vicinity. But the thing is, like, I do care about people across the world. I don't want people living in third world countries. I want everyone to have abundance, man. That's what I want. I don't want just one group of people to have a massive abundance and then oppressing everybody else, like America's been doing. And that's why I want decentralization. I've seen what can happen when America has so much power. You get the wrong people in there and they're going to become like Hitler. They're going to want to start conquering everything. You can already see it. Why do we have bases across the world? Why do we have all these bases in Middle East and everything like that? Why don't we have anything in maybe we do have some in Mexico and stuff. Why are we not worried about our own continent? Why are we worried about Europe and whatever they're doing over there? I don't care about them, man. Let's just worry about ourselves. Worry about Mexico, worry about Canada, worry about South America, Central America. Building up this fucking continent, that's what we should be doing. We should be building this continent because with the demographic collapse, it's happening right now. We are going to have to reorganize civilization. We are having less humans, and it's not just happening here in America. It's happening all across the world, even in places like Africa and Middle East places where it's not as prevalent, but it's still happening. I think the Middle East are still like reproducing like rabbits, but like I don't know. But it's not like it's one place. It's not like it's all West countries only. It's China too. It's like you want to kill like girls and only have boys. Like, how are you going to reproduce in the future? Like the whole concept of one child is just like. Now, I mean, I get it when you're going through like a famine or something, but like to totally devalue women in that society is crazy. It was crazy what they did. I don't know why they did what they did, but man, that shit was crazy. The way they wanted to get rid of women because back then we still had physical conflict, so that's why they wanted all the guys, because they could just send them to die at war and they didn't care. They didn't value women as much. Well, they didn't unleash all those. They didn't go to big wars, and then things changed demographically. We are having a collapse of humans in the society, and we might have more robots in my lifetime. I might see more robots out and about than humans, which is crazy in my lifetime. That would be so crazy to see more humans walking around more robots walking around than humans. You can kind of see it now. I remember, so before I was a kid, obviously all the kids would go outside all the time for the boomers. They talk about this all the time. When I was a kid, kids went out. Yes, we did. It seemed like it was less though than when the boomers. Now, go to a park, go out, just walk through a neighborhood. You don't see kids outside. You do see it, but not as much. So it's just like we're going to see more robots than humans at some point. And what's crazy is we might even see other species, intelligent species, aliens. Wouldn't that be crazy? Maybe that's what we need so we could stop hating each other. So like we're human, man. It doesn't matter what we look like. We're still human. At least we're not like a different species. I think that's exactly what we need. We need the aliens to come, if they are aliens, to come and show themselves, so we can actually like unify together. Peaceful. We need peaceful aliens that will come and live with us, kind of like Star Trek, something like that. But I have to cut this off. My battery is dying. But it's just crazy the times that we're living in right now, man. That like I want to see America do good, man. I want to see everybody do good. I don't want to just see rich people do good, and that's all I've seen in the last 3 years. So basically, my whole adult life, that's all I've seen is rich people do amazing, and the rest of us just have to accept a lower standard of living. That's what we've been doing, is having to accept a lower standard of living. You look at the health insurance I had last year, compare to the one I had in 2020, 2010, it's night and day. And things had just been unraveling, and we need a correction. We need people to come back down to reality. That's what we need. Too many people, especially women in our society, don't live in fucking reality. And that's the truth. Okay, I have to cut this off, but why would I want to go work a service job, take a pay cut, and a status pay cut? Status pay cut, to live a shitty life. Like if I was gonna work a service job, take a pay cut, take a status job, a status pay cut. And I live in a shitty, like my apartment, shitty apartment. What kind of life is that? Because we don't have no jobs here. Like, we need good jobs to come back. We don't need all these fucking service jobs. These service jobs should be replaced by robots. That's what I'm saying. These rich people are not investing in our infrastructure. All this shit should be more automated. But they're not. All I see is AI progressing. And I see robots being, like it's could be in like I don't know, 2 years, 10. I don't fucking know, something down the road or whatever. But it's not now. I said these rich people don't live in reality, man. There's some good rich people. Like I like Trump, I like Elon. The people who give back, the people who recognize, maybe I should look a little bit farther in the future instead of just like this quarter. If I kept doing this, how would it affect things in the future? how can I make things better for people? How could you know? No, that's how can I make things better for my company? That's it. Like your company's already doing good, man. Like you're fine. You should be fine. Yeah, things are slowing down now because we don't have any money to be able to fucking buy shit that you make. Who's that on? Is that on us? Because you don't want to pay us right? Is that on us? You can't have record profits always, man. I can't go to work and have record profits all the time. Rainy days fucking happen, man. I lost my job 3 months ago. Fucking rainy days happen. You're supposed to plan for it. Companies should plan for rainy days. If you're relying on record profits and slave labor, you don't deserve to be in business. If you are relying on slave labor, you don't deserve to be in business. If you can't provide a standard of living where everyone can get by on the basics, where they got health insurance, where they have enough money to be able to put a roof over their head, food in their belly without having help from the government, if you can't do that, you shouldn't be in business because you don't know what you're doing. That's my opinion.